Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. By Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. By the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. And by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. Well, the boat's rolling through the Sound. The Yankees rolling through Seattle to start the work week here in the Pacific Northwest. And Emerson Hancock about to go to work for these Mariners. Two first-place teams going at it, Nelly. Not too bad as we take a look at the Yankees lineup against Hancock. Grisham leading off. Then you have Judge and right, Rice DHing, Paul Goldschmidt cleaning up. Then it's Bellinger, Volpe, Wells doing the catching. Cabrera at third, Peraza at second base. Mark Schmidt on the mound.
Well, they're the numbers for Hancock on the year, the 5.70 ERA. I'll describe why that is so high. Well, let's check out the Nissan Pitchers scouting report, and I'll let you know why that ERA is a little high. Sinker slider guy, a lot of two-seam fastballs. His changeup is really good. About 90% of the time he throws it to lefties, not very often to righties, and he's had that one blow-up game, the very first start of his 2025 season. 2/3 of an inning, 6 runs given up against the Tigers, but the last 3 have been quality.
Let's take a look at the Mariners defense behind Hancock. Left to right in the outfield, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Leody Taveras, and then in the infield, Rowdy Tellez at first, Dylan Moore at second, J.P. Crawford the shortstop, Ben Williamson the rookie at third, and Cal Raleigh is the catcher. The defense brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Well, the Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the A's in Sacramento. They're going to try and get off to the right foot here against Emerson Hancock, a starter they've never seen before here for the Mariners.
No, he only has about 17 big league starts. He had 12 last year for the Mariners.
Tall righty.
His 5th this year. Yeah, 6'4". Yeah, he is a tall right-hander.
He was once a top prospect around baseball, debuted in 2023. Mostly struggled before this recent stretch. Mariners have won each of his last 4 starts. Now it's time to play here at T-Mobile Park as the Yankees look for their 5th win in the last 6 games, and we're underway.
Another one of those young starters that the Mariners have, 25 years old, making his 6th start of the season.
And he's largely got opportunities because there are 2 notable starting pitchers out for the Mariners. This rotation is regarded as one of the most talented in baseball, but right now Logan Gilbert and George Kirby are both sidelined. Yeah,
from what I understand, I think Kirby's making one more rehab start and then he'll be back with the team.
Grisham didn't play in Sunday's game. 276, 10 homers, 20 RBIs.
Well, with the way the wind that was blowing in Sacramento, I'm sure he probably wasn't sad about not getting in the game. It was a little bit of an adventure on Saturday.
It'll be much different here over the next 3 days. Misses off the outside corner. Swing and a miss. And Grisham down on strikes. Good change up there. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, early runs to try to settle down the Clark Schmidt, give him some room to make some errors. And the leverage guys, you look at Williams and Weaver did not throw in the Sacramento game and Sacramento series. And the running game, Seattle is 7th in stolen bases. They don't play really well here at T-Mobile Park, so they have to figure out ways to manufacture runs. Well, one of the ways is stealing bases.
Here's Judge, 3rd 4-hit game of the season yesterday. And Nelly, I don't know if you're going to see too many fastballs from Emerson Hancock to Aaron Judge here. Already 2 off-speed pitches.
Well, the only thing I can think of is maybe he runs that 2-seam fastball inside to try to open up. He'll throw that sweeper away.
There's one driven deep into right field the other way. Taveras battling the sun, and he makes the catch running near the wall. Good play by Taveras, one of the newest Mariners, and there's 2 away. Let's take a look at the home plate umpire scouting report with Nate Tomlinson. Right down the line.
Yeah, it looks like he missed a couple calls, but hey, good for the Yankees. But I like the neutral. The whole athletic series, I saw nothing but arrows to the right. Hitter friendly.
You like more red?
I would like them all the way to the left. Pitcher friendly. But I would take neutral.
Neutral means it's good.
Well, sometimes neutral could be bad as well.
Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the New York Yankees. I tell you what, 62 degrees feels a whole lot different here than it does in New York. See Tavares shading his eyes from the sun. A couple of streaks of sunshine in deep right field. One in straightaway center. Everything else shaded.
I lived here for 20 years, and even in the wintertime, it really doesn't get real cold. Maybe a couple weeks it'll get cold, maybe snow every once in a while. The mountains get tons of snow. But the 40 degrees here is not the bone chilling that you feel with the 40 degrees in New York.
Hard to believe this ballpark is over 25 years old. It's beautiful.
1999, right in the middle of the season.
Rice swings over a slider and a 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Emerson Hancock. Mariners coming up to hit against Clark Schmidt when we come back.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Where did you get these seats? They're trash.
I got a guy.
You've got a guy. You gotta use Game Time for concert tickets.
Game Time's for sports. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. It's also the best way to guarantee you're getting the lowest price to your favorite artist too, even at the last minute. What time is it? It's game time! Concert tonight? Get in last minute with Game Time.
This year, the average tax refund was $3,000.
No score in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Mariners lineup tonight. And leading it off will be the shortstop J.P. Crawford, Jorge Polanco DHs. Julio Rodriguez is in center field. Kyle Raleigh, the cleanup hitter. Randy Arozarena, the old friend, in left field. Then it's Tellez, Tavares, Dylan Moore, and the rookie Ben Williamson.
Well, the numbers on the year for Clark Schmidt. Last outing, outstanding start, 6 innings, only giving up 2 runs and 1 walk. That's what he needs to eliminate. Well, let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report. Early strikes, 10 walks in 20 2/3 innings. You want to get ahead, try to eliminate the long pitches or many pitches for a bat. Where's the fastball? Only 9% of the time he's throwing the fastball this year. I'd love to see some 2-seamers to lefties. And matter of fact, neutralize those left-handed hitters. Lefties are hitting .318 this year off of Clark Schmidt compared to .152 from the right side.
He faces a lefty to start off his night in J.P. Crawford, Seattle's shortstop, who began the season batting 9th, but he's played really well, and he's able to boost himself up to the leadoff spot. His Mariner offense, middle of the pack in batting average, but they can hit him out. Tied for 5th in home runs, 6th in on-base percentage. Crawford had a 16-game hit streak snapped on Friday. And the Mariners just got swept. Before that, they had been the hottest team in baseball.
Yeah, won 9 straight series before Toronto came in here and won all 3. And Crawford was hitting at the bottom of the lineup, but a couple weeks ago he moved up to that leadoff spot.
Here's the 1-2. Got him. Strike 3 on the knuckle curve. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. You see Schmidt and Wells, tonight's battery. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Oswald Peraza gets the start at second. Anthony Volpe at short. Oswaldo Cabrera at third. Bellinger, Grisham, Judge left to right in the outfield with Ben Rice DHing. So Crawford retired, one away. Here is Jorge Polanco, who's bounced back in a big way. He's had a solid start to the season. Hitting .327. 9 homers, 28 driven in. You know, for years, they always had the pitching. Many wondered when the Mariners would be able to step up offensively. And during that hot streak, it wasn't their pitching carrying them. It was the bats.
Yeah, well, here's a place, T-Mobile, where they really don't hit. 217 average, that's 28th in baseball. Compared to on the road, they're second in baseball to 269. You know, I was talking with Dan Wilson. I played here 8 seasons, 3 of them here. It used to be Safeco, now T-Mobile. And I was asking him, I was like, what's the deal? Why is everybody complaining? There's Dan Wilson, the manager of the Mariners. Why is everybody complaining and why aren't they adjusting? Is it the batter's eye? You know, what's going on? I said, we never had a problem when we played here and you hit.
Polanco going down swinging. 2 straight strikeouts for Clark Schmidt. Let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Aaron Judge to record a multi-hit game. Anthony Volpe to record a hit. And Clark Schmidt to record at least 6 strikeouts. It's a quarter of the way there already.
Well, you can see the batter's eye out there. It used to be green when the stadium opened up, and then they painted it black. It's a honeycomb shape like a beehive, and it deflects the bright sun. Here in the summertime it gets really bright, and you saw it there, that fly ball to right field. Tavares had a little bit hard time. There's that batter's eye out there, and he just says they're having a hard time making an adjustment. I mean, they made an adjustment back in the early 2000s, and they're just not doing it now, making it a little bit more difficult for hitters to pick up pitches.
Julio Rodriguez sends it foul down the right field line. Rodriguez kind of developed a reputation now with his 4th big league season as being a slow starter. Hit 196 over his first 26 games. Over the last 2 weeks, though, he's hit 286. And the Mariners won 85 games last year, finished second in the AL West. They fired Scott Service when they were at 500 at 64-64, named Dan Wilson manager. He led them to a 21-13 finish, but this is a team trying to chase another appearance in October like they had a few years ago when they won 90 games.
Well, you have the Athletics playing good baseball. They're right on their heels. The Astros as well. Even Texas is starting to put it together. So it's going to be an interesting season for the AL West.
Schmidt coughs up a pitch, and Rodriguez sends deep into left center. It is gone. Julio Rodriguez belting a 1-2 pitch into left center field, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead.
Now Schmidt got underneath a sweeper. Threw a really good one the pitch before to Rodriguez that he got him to swing and miss.
There's the home run trident. It's been going on for a while now. A few seasons with the dugout props. Here's Cal Raleigh, and he sends it deep and high down the right field line, and it twists foul. Well, that's the danger with Cal Raleigh.
Well, there's that sweeper. See, it's just a cement mixer. It does not do anything but spin out over the middle of the plate. Very hittable. That was supposed to be down and away. That previous pitch that he got him to swing at was a really good sweeper. You want to expand the zone when you get ahead. He just couldn't do it there.
Raleigh rolls the next pitch foul. Take another look.
There you see, had zero break going away from the right-hander, Rodriguez.
Fourth homer in 14 games. 0-2. A knuckle curve. Raleigh stayed put. He's second in the American League in home runs. Top 10 in runs batted in, runs scored, slugging percentage as well. Been a dangerous switch hitter, and he continues to get better. And Aaron Boone was asked his thoughts of Raleigh's start to this season. The first word out of his mouth, power. Schmidt trying to put him away. And a pop-up left side of the infield. Cabrera puts it away. Mariners get a run thanks to the Rodriguez home run. We go to the second. It's 1-0 Seattle.
Baseball is built on rituals. From the field to the fans, rituals are what make the game the game. And through every pitch, every play, Banana Boat has got you covered. Banana Boat, part of your game day ritual.
Weight loss. For so long,
I felt stuck.
I tried and tried again. Lost weight, gained it back.
But Zepbound means change. Zepbound is for adults with obesity to help lose weight and keep it off.
Activating 2 naturally occurring hormone receptors in my body, Zepbound works differently.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss. It's changing how much weight I lose, up to 48 pounds. And some lost over 58 pounds.
Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
Zepbound means change.
Discover the weight loss you could be bound for. Ask your doctor about.
Time to take a look at the leaders, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Yankee offense has been cruising over the first 40 games. First in the league in all of those categories. Really impressive. Only tied with Arizona in walks. And also third in batting average. Everything else, they are at the top of the leaderboard. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, scoring 29 runs in a 3-game set against the Athletics, that helps the numbers go up a little bit.
And the Yankees scored 5 runs in the second and the 5th against the A's yesterday. Goldschmidt had 3 hits, 3 doubles. It's tough to have that type of production, but yet you're a little overshadowed by number 99 with 4 hits.
Well,
Can't forget about Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, well, like we talked about in the open, he's looking like 2022 Paul Goldschmidt.
Rips that to first to Les. 1 away. Here comes Cody Bellinger, who extended his hit streak to 7 games yesterday, now up to 221 on the season. So Hancock got the chance to start the season in the rotation with George Kirby's injury. He gave up 6 runs and didn't make it out of the first inning of his first start. He was sent back to the minors. Then he came back to on April 17th, and he's pitched pretty well in those 4 starts. It's given the Mariners a chance to win each of them. They have. But this is a pitcher that this organization and this fan base, they've been waiting on for a while because he was such a high draft pick.
Well, he's got a good fastball, good 2-seam fastball that he's really incorporated the last couple of years, using that a lot, especially away to left-handed hitters. The changeup is really good. We saw that in the first inning, a couple strikeouts on that changeup. He'll throw the sweeper and the slider. Makes it a 4-seamer every once in a while.
3-1. And Bellinger draws a 1-out walk. Let's take a look at Emerson Hancock's arsenal, brought to you by StatCast's Google.
Well, there's a sinker, the changeup. The changeup is a really good pitch. Now, you're going to see the average. The average against the fastball is over 300. A lot of that is because of that first outing against the Tigers.
Yeah, since his return on April 17th, Hancock has a 3.52 ERA. Volpe had a pair of hits and a run batted in yesterday.
You get blown up in your first outing, you're basically chasing that ERA to get down almost the whole year, especially as a starter.
Yeah, how hard is it to forget that one bad outing that you may have early in the year when the numbers probably feel like they're never going down?
Well, I think these guys are proud of their earned run average. It's up on the board every single time they're out on the hill. I mean, you turn around, you don't want to see anything elevated above 4. A reliever, it takes a while to get that down, and even as a starter, you get blown up and give up 6 runs in 2/3. You're chasing that for a while. I know I used to watch my stats. Every time I came in the game, I looked and said, okay, I looked pretty decent. At least fans don't think I stink.
2-2. Volpe works the count full. There you see Austin Wells on deck. Runner goes, pitch is up and in, and it's ball 4. So 2 free passes in a row from Emerson Hancock, and Wells will hit with 2 on. Well, we saw Luis Severino yesterday retire the Yankees in order in his first inning, and then got hit around. Also lost command, gave up those 5 runs in the second. The Yankees obviously have the ability to make a pitcher really work and put that pressure on inside a single inning.
Well, it's a 25-year-old kid in Hancock, and he's facing the best offense in baseball, or at least the American League right now. And you know, it's a lot of pressure. You start walking guys, it's the worst thing you can do. You're playing right into the Yankees' hands.
There's Wells. Had a hit, scored twice yesterday. Rolled foul. It's like Wells cracked his bat. What time of year was it the best to pitch when you had your second stint here with the Mariners? Because the first stint, every day was great to pitch with the dome.
Yeah, because the weather was the same, right? You know, right around June, middle of June, end of June, then it starts getting really nice in Seattle. Stays light a long time, doesn't really get dark till 9:30, 10 o'clock. It'll be nice all the way to about the end of September. June and July July and August are probably the best months.
1-1 to Wells. Good speed on the bases for the Yankees. 1-2. Popped Wells up. Foul territory. Williamson 2 away. So the batter will be Oswaldo Cabrera with 2 on and 2 out. You see his work through 33 games. Had an RBI double yesterday. Pair of doubles in the series against the A's.
That's a great opportunity for Cabrera to be aggressive. Maybe on the first pitch, you're probably going to see a fastball. Hancock having a hard time getting ahead in this inning.
Let's see if he can deliver a big 2-out hit. Blocked by Raleigh. When we talk about everything Riley's done at the plate. Behind it, statistically, he's one of the best as well.
And he's a big target back there. He's not a small catcher for someone about 6'3". Probably, what, about 250? He's a big dude behind there. Big target to throw to.
Rolled on the ground to Les. Hancock and Seattle get out of it. Yankees strand a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Mariners. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Xavier, watching the Yankees all the way from Pennsylvania, though tonight's probably past his bedtime. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game.
He also could be up right now as well.
He could.
You don't have kids. Wait till you have kids, and then you figure out there's no really bedtime for a baby.
They make their own schedules.
Yes, exactly.
Clark Schmidt going back to work, facing Randy Arozarena, former Ray. It's a 33-game on-base streak. Arozarena's hit well over his last 20 games, .292 hitter. He was traded here at the deadline last summer as the Mariners tried to infuse some offense. Didn't ever really take off. Oh, 2.
Two good sinkers to get ahead 0-2, and then that slider, when you throw that slider away, you got to stay closed a little bit longer. You start flying open, and then you start seeing that pitch way out of the zone.
1-2. Fouled back just to the left of our booth. You know, Aaron Boone was asked about Schmidt's evolution, especially after last start. He did 85 pitches to get through those 6 innings against the Padres. Aaron said that the next level for success for a pitcher like Clark is fine-tuning the command. But what do you notice with the command as he comes inside when he's in a 2-strike count?
Well, I think the home run has a lot to do with it. It plays in his head. He's a big mental guy as far as I think things get to him a little bit. He sometimes overthinks. Those 2 sliders that he threw, or sweepers, were non-competitive. They're way out of the zone, where he's throwing from the first base side of the rubber.
Loses Arozarena with a leadoff walk. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Plus, stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
There's a perfect example right there, Shaq. 0-2 and 2 non-competitive sliders away. When you're throwing from the first base side of the rubber, you really have to concentrate on keeping that front shoulder closed.
There's Rowdy Tellez.
Once that flies open, then everything that you're throwing is just basically non-competitive, especially if you're trying to go away and expand the zone. And a lot of that, you throw from that side. He's a starter. He wants to try to get inside to lefties a little bit more. And this is a side of the plate that he really has a hard time with. Notice everything that Clark throws is into a lefty. Everything's hard. You got the cutter, you got the big sweeper and the knuckle curve. He doesn't really have anything. Doesn't throw a changeup. Doesn't have that two-seamer very often to go down and away. You know, Carlos Rodon, once he started incorporating that changeup and having another pitch to go down and away from a righty, started having a lot more success. With Clark, needs the same thing, something to go both ways.
Just fouled off.
I mean, a left-handed hitter is going to come in and say, okay, everything that I'm going to see from him is coming into me. So I know that I'm going to have to be aware of something in, and I'm going to open up a little bit more. When you have something go away, you have that changeup going down and away, or the two-seam fastball going down and away. The lefties have got to hang in there a little bit more because they got to respect the outside part of the plate. But right now, they really don't have to.
Let's see what Clark Schmidt is cooking up. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. This is his 5th career start against the Mariners. 4th start, rather. The Yankees are 0-3.
You know, he pitches well here. 0.84 ERA.
Yeah, 3 runs in 15 2/3 in those starts. A big reason why the Yankees are winless in those starts, they've given them 2 total runs of support. Leody Taveras waits on deck. Lefties came into tonight hitting .318 off Clark. Again, ahead 1-2 on Rowdy Tellez. Tellez in his first season with his 4th team. Started at first base in more than half of Seattle's games so far. Donovan Solano splitting up that platoon with him. Stays alive. Schmidt trying to put a hitter away in another 2-strike count. Misses inside. Cabrera and Volpe are about 15 feet apart on the left side of the infield, so that pitch called off. Look how close they are.
You got a big hole on the left side, and also in between Volpe and Peraza.
9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming, or 8th pitch rather. And he walks him. Back-to-back walks to start the inning. It's the way they've unfolded, right?
Well, pretty much what Aaron Boone said at the next level is the command and finishing guys off. And that's when Clark Schmidt has struggled. It's been in this department as far as getting ahead. He knows how to get ahead. And once he gets 0-2, 1-2, it's about finishing them off early. You know, trying to get them out in those next 2 pitches and make pitches competitive. You know, you look at the Arozarena at bat, you got ahead 0-2, 2 sliders down and away, which were non-competitive. They weren't even close to even trying to attempt to swing at one.
So the Yankee infield meeting on the mound with Schmidt as he faces Leody Taveras here.
You got to be aware of the bunt situation here. You got Wells out in front of the plate calling a sign. Usually first and second, you're going to have that bunt go down the third base line. If you're Clark Schmidt, you have to hustle over there and see if you can keep Cabrera at third, and maybe you make a play at third. If it's bunted hard, then Cabrera's got to come in and field it.
Well, they throw to second first, and that ball won't get too far away from Volpe.
Left-handed hitter has a little bit easier time bunting that ball to third base.
An early sticky spot for Clark Schmidt and the Yankees here. 2 on, nobody out. Mariners trying to increase their 1-0 lead. Infielders pinched in, and there's the bunt. Schmidt will go the conventional route to first. Arozarena to third, Tellez to second, as Taveras lays down the sac bunt. Here's Dylan Moore.
The infield will stay back for the Yankees. They're going to give up the run for now.
Moore with good numbers. Hit a home run yesterday. The big reason why the Mariners have been successful offensively, not because they made a big splash addition in the offseason, laid out a bunch of money for a big free agent deal. A lot of the players that internally were already here, they've just performed better this season, Moore included. Was named American League Player of the Week last month.
Well, another reason is they have one of the best right-handed hitters in baseball on their bench. A Hall of Famer, Edgar Martinez, is their hitting instructor.
One. So you have Dan Wilson as the manager, Edgar as the hitting coach, 2 beloved players in this market. And you know they have a wealth of knowledge.
Kevin Seitzer, also a former player down there. He was a real good hitter in his day.
There's Edgar. A real Yankee killer now.
Yes, he got me twice. We were teammates. I'm like, he got me twice. Actually, I think here at T-Mobile.
One and two. Infield comes in. The pitch. Got him. Swing and a miss on the cutter. Big strikeout for Clark Schmidt. 2 away.
Well, that's how you finish them off. A couple sweepers down and away, and then you climb the ladder. Change the eye level. You see more getting underneath it.
So the infield for the Yankees moves back now with 2 outs. Ben Williamson, a young rookie for the Mariners at the plate. Williamson had 7 RBIs in his first 8 games after his call-up on April 15th. He's cooled off a bit since then. Seattle's second-round pick in 2023 out of the College of William and Mary. 0-1. Lifted high into right center field. Judge calls off Grisham. And no damage done. Schmidt strands a pair as we move on to the third.
Park Assist Plus with memory parking in the all-electric Volkswagen ID4, proudly assembled in Chattanooga. Get 0% APR financing or a $5,000 customer bonus on a new 2025 all-electric ID4. Limited inventory available.
It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact, that's the magic.
Sage is helping business leaders like Hal Ripken Jr. make smarter, faster decisions.
At Mothers, we appreciate the simple things, the life less complicated. That's the inspiration behind Mother's new California Gold ceramic line of products. The easiest way to clean, correct, and protect your way to a whole new level of deep, ceramic, glass-like clarity, superior hydrophobic protection, and head-turning shine. Mother's California Gold. Ceramic made simple. Give it that mother's love.
Nice Oakleys, Stipe. Where'd you get them?
GovX.com.
Hey, Stipe, nice boots. Where'd you get those?
GovX.com. Use it. Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at GovX.com.
Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Two stalwarts in the Seattle rotation, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, both on the IL. Gilbert suffered a flexor strain at his right elbow. He hopes to be back by the end of the month. Kirby shut down in spring training with shoulder inflammation. Made his second rehab start back on Saturday, and will make another this weekend. He could be making his first big league start of the season after that. Emerson Hancock quickly ahead 0-2 on Oswald Peraza, Yankees number 9 hitter tonight. So Peraza gets the start at second base here, but many people wondering what it will mean for the second base position with DJ LeMahieu's return pretty imminent, right, Meredith?
Yeah, Aaron Boone said he's on his way to Seattle. He's expected to be on the active roster tomorrow as Peraza goes down on strikes. And then on the final game of the series, the day game, they expect him to be in the starting lineup, most likely at second base. He will be playing a lot of second base. Once he gets back up here, could play a little third as well, but it looks like he is pretty much back, Justin.
The Yankees like what they've seen from the reports with LeMahieu and his overall performance with his rehab assignment.
And Justin, I asked Aaron Boone whether or not he was curious to see if it was going to translate. He's had some results down there. He has been healthy, but Aaron Boone said, yes, we want to see what he is when he gets up here. Is he an everyday player? Is he a platoon player? They don't really have an answer to that yet. It's going to be based on his performance and how he does when he gets some opportunity.
Grisham hits it high, hits it pretty deep into center field. J-Rod back, and he can't make the catch. It goes over the wall. Trent Grisham stays burning hot with a solo home run to tie the game. Home run number 11 for Trent Grisham. And that's one that J-Rod would like back.
Well, it's a changeup. Did this hit the top of the wall? Did it hit his glove? It did. It hit his glove and bounced over the fence. He gets back there. Right off his glove over the fence.
Here's Judge. Let's take another look. I think it hit both the glove and the wall.
And the top of the wall. Yeah, wow, this is a good angle right here. Watch, it's going to hit the side of his glove, or the top of his glove, hit the top of the wall, and then bounce over.
Could it be stopped? It was destined to leave. Wow.
That close.
He cannot be having happy thoughts right now. Judge flew out to right field pretty deep in his first at-bat in the first. Laces this one down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Now Rosarena will pick it up, and an easy stroll into second for Aaron Judge. And Trent Grisham with his 11th home run. About going out to get that one.
Yeah, that had a lot of movement. That was a changeup, an elevated changeup. This went 412 feet off the glove of Julio Rodriguez.
7 homers in his last 16 games. Here's Ben Rice. Smacks it into right field. Tavares makes the play. Hard liner for Rice. 2 away. So the Yankees with a runner in scoring position after Grisham ties the game. 2 outs. Let's see what Goldschmidt can do. And a bouncer right back to the mound. Hancock. Side retired. Yankees strand 1, but they tie it up thanks to Trent Grisham. And a double whammy in center field. Off the glove, off the fence, and over.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Because what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
What if you could not only feel better, but feel better than ever? Hone Health helps men like you boost energy, strength, libido, and weight loss. You'll work with a dedicated physician to create a personalized, proactive plan. Treatment is delivered to your home, helping you relieve symptoms quickly while confidently reaching your long-term health goals. Enter into a new era of you, beginning with your comprehensive at-home test from honehealth.com.
Taking a look at the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Happy 100th birthday to Yogi Berra. Born on this date in 1925. One of the all-time best.
I love seeing him at Old Yankee Stadium. When I played here, did you ever see the documentary It Ain't Over?
I have.
Oh, it was amazing.
I've watched it multiple times.
Yeah, I loved it.
Excellent. You have a great favorite Yogi story?
Not really. No, I mean, he would come and hang out in batting practice. I met him a bunch of times, and he was always fun to be around. And I was a reliever. We were way away from the hitters, and he would hang around the hitters hitting cage.
Pitches in there for a strike to J.P. Crawford. Look at this unbelievable resume. 10-time world champion. 18-time All-Star. Hall of Fame inductee in 1972. Tell you what, when you go to the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center at a time, they had all the rings on display in the showcase, and it kind of just hits you. And the perspective of, whoa, okay, wow, 10 rings won. That's insane.
I think my favorite memories with a lot of the old time players were just hearing their stories. I mean, they love to tell you things about and times about when they played, and Yogi was one of them.
2-2 is low. So it's the 100th birthday for Yogi Berra. It's also the 75th birthday for another Yogi, a good friend, Yogi Hiltner, big Yankee fan, who has coached a ton of youth baseball, and he has the same birthday as Yogi Berra. So we wish Yogi Hiltner a very happy 75th birthday. One out. Here's Polanco. And it's sent deep into right. Back is Judge. It's gone. Jorge Polanco didn't take long for that one to go out. His 10th of the season, and the Mariners retake it. They're now up 2-1. Julio Rodriguez homered in the first off Schmidt. He's up at the plate. Schmidt entered tonight having allowed 3 homers over his first 4 starts. He surrendered 2 solo shots so far this evening. Foul.
Well, it's the first pitch cutter, and there you see where Wells is setting up. He's setting up on the inner half, and a cutter is one of those pitches that you really have to get extended on, especially if you want to get it in on a left-handed hitter. When you start cutting that cutter off and you short arm it, it spins up there, and you don't get it in when you should have, and that was right down the middle of the plate.
It's a good catch by that fan in right field.
Another 0-2 count to Rodriguez, and that slider down and away, another non-productive pitch. You would love to see a 2-seamer just ride on in to Rodriguez. Just give him a different look, and then you could go back away. For one, it gives you the chance to keep that front shoulder closed and drive the ball in the inner half. And even if you miss, it still gives the thought process to Rodriguez, hey, he may come in on here, and I got to really be aware of that. And then you might get that swing and miss down and away.
Still 2-2.
I mean, Clark Schmidt has really good stuff. I mean, he's got a good fastball, that cut fastball that he uses a lot, a good sweeper. But if he could set up pitches a lot more, you're going to eliminate a lot of 0-2, 2-2, 3-2, 6, 7, 8 pitches per at bat.
Got him. Came back inside with the sinker. And there is out number 2. Taking a look at the Barzingis hitting scouting report for Cal Raleigh.
Well, fan favorite, the big dumper. That's his nickname. I know Mom's not too happy about it, but power numbers, we talked about those, 12 home runs. He's tied for second, and they signed him to a big extension in 2025, 6 years, $105 million.
Deep drive coming on. Judge makes the catch, and the side retired. Mariners take the lead with a solo shot from Polanco. Fans, the Gotham Sports app is your new home for streaming live Yankees games and so much more, and it's free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now or visit gothamsports.com to get streaming. Yankees trail 2-1 as we start the fourth. Cody Bellinger back in the batter's box against Emerson Hancock. Walked his first time up. Along with Jeff Nelson and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Justin Shackles. Series opener here in Seattle between the Yankees and the Mariners. A pair of first-place teams. Yanks have won 4 of the last 5. The Mariners had won 9 consecutive series prior to this past weekend where they were swept by the Blue Jays. Came inside, Bellinger fouls it off. You know, Bellinger's in left field tonight. Jason Dominguez has the night off to start. I think Aaron Boone's gonna be asked, hey, what went into the decision today for every game with the outfield configuration? 1 out. Volpe will hit.
Well, you have a lot of good choices and a lot of hot players, and it's tough to get everybody some time.
Volpe walked in the second. Emerson issued back-to-back walks that inning and kept the Yankees scoreless. Big cut and a miss. That'll land foul in the seats. So you mentioned Dan Wilson and Edgar Martinez, obviously those Mariner teams that you were part of, and you had Griffey, Jay Buhner, another big one. Who was the alpha, though? Who commanded the clubhouse?
I would say Jay Buhner and Griffey. And Griffey was one of those guys. He was best player I've ever played with and against. He was just absolutely amazing. But when we were in the bullpen, he was, once the game was over, he was dressed and out the door before we even got in the locker room. I mean, he was quick. You had Randy Johnson. Edgar just led by example. And Junior was someone, Dan Wilson was here. You know, Griffey was around a little bit, and then he left for Cincinnati.
Hancock ran inside, ball 4, so 2 walks for Volpe tonight. Take a little look at the career resume for Ken Griffey Jr. One of the all-time greats.
And I played with him in the minor leagues back when he was 18 years old in San Bernardino. And he was incredible then, and he just loved the game, loved having fun, and everything came easy to him.
You know, I still see his head pop up and him smiling with the big pylon at home plate from the '95 division series and an 8-year-old Justin crying.
Yeah, so the Yankee fans weren't too happy about that.
Yeah. Hancock getting ahead of Wells. That was like my first sports heartbreak. That game at the Kingdom.
I'm kind of happy that we gave it to you then. And then I go over to the good side and you win 4 World Series. I tell you what, who commanded the room was Lou Piniella. That was our manager. He was probably more of a figure than anyone in that locker room.
Got Wells, went with the changeup, and there's the second out.
Well, when a changeup's down, he's got a really good one. You see, he takes a lot off of it. Fastball about 95, and then that changeup comes in about 86. That's what you'd love to see, about 9-10 miles an hour off of that fastball.
Here's Cabrera, 2 outs, 1 on, 2-1 Mariners in the top of the 4th. Tellez had to veer off to just make that catch. Oswaldo hit a grounder to first base to end the 2nd. Falls behind 2-0. Volpe on at first. Swinging away. And it's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Volpe over there first is 2 outs. He's 6 stolen bases, been caught 3 times. 2-1 count, usually an off-speed count. Maybe try to get a jump here.
Raleigh's thrown out 6 of 31 would-be base stealers. Has good arm strength. We see the platinum patch on his chest protector. Never mind gold. Ball 4. That's the 4th walk issued by Hancock tonight. He was a Platinum Glove winner last year, Cal Raleigh. If you wear Rawlings gear, you're going to either have gold or, in Raleigh's case, some platinum on your equipment. Yankees with another chance to score with 2 outs here. Volpe's at second, Cabrera's at first, and an opportunity for Oswald Peraza, who had a big, at the time, go-ahead home run back on Saturday, a game the Yankees ultimately went on to lose, but it was a big home run in the moment.
Well, 3rd inning in a row that they've had traffic on the bases and also men in scoring position.
th pitch of the inning coming up from Hancock. And Peraza pops it up. Tavares. And the side retired. Yankees strand 2 more against Emerson Hancock. How about Sweet Lou commanding the clubhouse?
What if you could not only feel better, but feel better than ever? Hone Health helps men like you boost energy, strength, libido, and weight loss. You'll work with a dedicated physician to create a personalized, proactive plan. Treatment is delivered to your home, helping you relieve symptoms quickly while confidently reaching your long-term health goals. Enter into a new era of you, beginning with your comprehensive at-home test from honehealth.com.
Park Assist Plus with memory parking in the all-electric Volkswagen ID4, proudly assembled in Chattanooga. Get 0% APR financing or a $5,000 customer bonus on a new 2025 all-electric ID4. Limited inventory available.
It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact, that's the magic.
Sage is helping business leaders like Hal Rickman Jr. make smarter, faster decisions.
At Mothers, we appreciate the simple things, the life less complicated. That's the inspiration behind Mother's new California Gold ceramic line of products. The easiest way to clean, correct, and protect your way to a whole new level of deep, ceramic, glass-like clarity, superior hydrophobic protection, and head-turning shine. Mother's California Gold. Ceramic made simple. Give it that mother's love.
But one of the most highly anticipated Subway Series in years gets underway this weekend in the Bronx, and it all starts on Yes. Special extended pregame coverage begins Friday at 5:30 with first pitch scheduled for shortly after 7 o'clock on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, begins Friday night. Juan Soto returns to Yankee Stadium. There's Randy Arozarena against Clark Schmidt. Arozarena reached third base in the second. And it's sent in the air pretty deep to right. Playable for Judge. Will make the catch. One away, Rowdy Tellez will hit. You get to be at the stadium next weekend for the Subway Series?
I will be, both Friday and Saturday. I can't wait for Friday night.
Everyone's waiting for that one moment, that first at bat, right? Tellez walked stranded at second in his first time up. Big shift on for the lefty Tellez. This is where Cabrera and Volpe are playing really close to each other on the left side of the infield. You see the shift. Have to have two players on each side. 1-2. Shot foul.
He tried for that backdoor cutter, and the times that he has thrown the two-seamer, you can see on the television how nice of a sink it has down and away and into a righty. You throw a two-seamer right here, you might be able to get a swing and miss. Just something that shows a lefty going down and away.
The Mariners have 5 batters hitting from the left side to start tonight's game against Schmidt. Tellez is a natural lefty. Let's see what Clark does here on 2-2. Got him to pop it up. Shallow left. Cabrera calls off Bellinger. 2 away. Let's go behind the jersey. It's the Mass Mutual behind the jersey. 6 MLB seasons now after being a first-round pick out of the University of South Carolina. It's his 3rd season as a full-time starter. And he's been pretty consistent in terms of runs yielded. Consistently gives the Yankees a chance to win. It's about taking another step, though. You saw him last start pitch 6 full innings against the Padres. Can he start to consistently reach that point? Leody Taveras batting with 2 outs. A 2-1 game here in the bottom of the 4th. And another 2-strike count early.
Well, you got to think you're a right-handed starter. You're going to face a lot of left-handed hitters. Pitching from the first base side of the rubber is one way to try to get the ball in, because you cut that angle off just that little bit. If you go from the third base side of the rubber, it's just a little bit more of an angle coming in on a lefty. A little bit easier if you move to the first base side, but still you need something to go away.
Came inside with the cutter.
And then that average against is going to go down from left-handed hitters.
Two. Tried that same spot again. This is what you're talking about with extra pitches.
Yeah, he does it great. He has really good stuff. There's no doubt about that. And he does a really nice job of getting ahead. It's just learning how to finish them off without going 2-2, 3-2.
Tavares just stays alive.
And you see how good that sinker plays. You keep it down in the zone, has good movement away.
This is Clark's fourth 3-2 count of the night. Payoff. Line just foul. Tavares was the Texas Rangers' everyday center fielder the last 3 seasons. He started slow. Rangers let him go. And the Mariners came in and quickly claimed him last Tuesday. He was in Seattle's lineup the very next day. 3-2. Got him to pop it up. Will Cabrera have enough room? Racing toward the dugout, slides, and he makes the play. Oswaldo Cabrera, right in front of the dugout, ends the inning with a punctuation. Great play by the Yankee third baseman.
Where did you get these seats? They're trash.
I got a guy.
You've got a guy. You gotta use Game Time for concert tickets.
Game Time's for sports. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's also the best way to guarantee you're getting the lowest price to your favorite artist too, even at the last minute.
What time is it? It's game time!
Concert tonight? Get in last minute with Game Time.
This year, the average tax refund was $3,177. If you invested that $3,177 for 40 years at a hypothetical 8% annual return, that initial deposit could turn into almost $80,000. For this month only, Acorns is matching 100 people's tax refund up to this year's average tax return of $3,177. For a chance to win, head over to acorns.com/match, then sign up and start investing.
We hand chop everything every morning.
This is real.
Exactly. You'll know how real it is because of how it tastes.
Get 2.9.
Let's take a look at the Allstate Good Hands replay. That last play in the fourth.
Cabrera was playing at the shortstop position and had to run a long way to make that catch. And to deal with that fence that's right on top of the dugout.
Here's Grisham, homer to center his last time up.
I remember when there was no fences on the top of the dugout stairs. I think old Yankee Stadium might have been one of the last stadiums to have a fence go across the steps.
I think the very last was the Oakland Coliseum.
Well, they still didn't have one.
Yeah, they still didn't have one as of last year. When you went there, it was kind of jarring that they didn't have one. You're like, well, something's
so
missing
far
here.
away.
Yeah,
you're a long ways away.
One and two to Grisham. Cracks it again, high and deep center field. Julio going back, and he'll run out of room yet again. Way up and out of here for Trent Grisham. Second home run of the night, and we're tied again at 2. How about Trent Grisham? 4th career multi-homer game.
Well, that wasn't going to be glove-aided. "17 homers a couple years ago was his high."
Judge into left, and Arozarena does not make the catch. He claims he caught it at the shoes. Judge says, not today. Let's take another look. Can't sell that. A single for Judge. Here's Ben Rice. Yankees starting to heat up here. 3rd time facing Emerson Hancock.
He gets a fastball out over the middle of the plate, almost in the same spot as that changeup that he hit in the 3rd inning. He made sure that Julio Rodriguez had no chance of getting that one. There's fastball up. No, you're not going to get this one off your glove. 17 homers a couple years ago. He's already at 12.
So it's his 4th career multi-home run game as we see Rodriguez run out of room. It's the 2nd this season. Last did it at Pittsburgh back on April the 5th. What a revelation he's been here in year 2 with the Yankees. Rice rips it into right. There's a base hit. It's going to go into the corner. Judge round 2nd. He's getting the wave around from 3rd. Tavares digs it out, and now Judge will stop at 3rd. Late stop sign from Louis Rojas. Judge will be at 3rd, and Ben Rice with a double is at 2nd base.
Well, two-seam fastball started on the inner half, and there it goes right across the middle, and he just ropes it right down the right field line. Just made sure that Tellez didn't come up with that one. And with nobody out, that was a smart play, holding up Judge at 3rd.
Well, that's going to bring out Mariners pitching coach Pete Woodworth. Yankees have hit Hancock really hard here to start the 5th inning.
Well, with nobody out, Aaron Judge is going to wait for that ball to get through the infield before he tries to score.
The Mariner infield pinched in. Judge at 3rd, Rice at 2nd. Big opportunity for Paul Goldschmidt, who's been a hitting machine here for the Yankees. And he lines it into left field. It's a base hit for Goldschmidt. Judge comes in to score. Rice will stop at 3rd. It's a go-ahead RBI single for Paul Goldschmidt. Yankees ahead 3-2. Didn't waste any time, got right to it.
No, it was a first pitch slider. There you see, did absolutely nothing but back up. Goldschmidt is such a good hitter. He waited a long time on that pitch. You saw the spin. Did not go down and away. It's a 20-game hit streak on the road from Paul Goldschmidt.
Here's Cody Bellinger. Runners at the corners. Crowd here in Seattle chanting, "Let's go Yankees." Bellinger into right field, base hit. Rice will score. Goldschmidt goes to second. RBI single Cody Bellinger, and the Yankees are ahead 4-2.
You know, everything from in this inning from Hancock has been elevated. There's a changeup up in the zone. Yankees have done a nice job of making him get those pitches up, and they're jumping all over him.
And right away, the Mariner bullpen starting to stir up as the Yankees continue to hit Emerson Hancock pretty hard here. Goldschmidt now at second, Bellinger at first, a chance for Anthony Volpe. Swings through the sinker.
Just pulled off on that fastball.
It's Casey Legamina, a right-hander for the Mariners. Oh-2 on Volpe. Sent into right field. Tavares moving back. Makes the catch. Goldschmidt's going to tag. He'll get to third. So a productive out for Anthony Volpe. Runners at the corners.
Good read on Paul Goldschmidt's part. That fly ball to right field had Tavares back on his heels. He had to backpedal on that. Good read, tagging up, getting to third.
Austin Wells will hit with 1 out and 2 on. Yanks have scored 3 runs this inning. Wells struck out in the 4th, popped out in foul territory in the 2nd. Runners take their leads. Even that fly out from Volpe, it had an exit velocity over 96 miles an hour. So hard contact continues here in the 5th. One-two. Sent high in the air. Center field pretty deep. Rodriguez on the run. Rodriguez twisting and watching it fly out of here. Austin Wells with a 3-run shot. Oh, the Yankees are tattooing Emerson Hancock. 6 runs here in the 5th inning. Seven-2 Bombers.
And no, this is not Sacramento where the ball's flying. 12 home runs in that 3-game series between the Athletics and the Yankees. This was a changeup. He wanted it down and away. Again, another elevated pitch from Hancock. And another home run to dead central.
Cabrera, a roller. That's the 2nd out. Here's Peraza, number 9 hitter, the 9th batter to come to the plate here for the Yankees. This is their 12th inning of the season, scoring at least 5 runs, the most of the majors. And a bouncer to third. And it'll end a very impressive inning for the Yankee offense. They score 6 runs on 6 hits. None louder than these big shots into center field. The first home run of the night from Trent Grisham. He follows up with another one here in the top of the 5th. And then Austin Wells gets into the mix. A 3-run blast. It's 7-2 Yankees in Seattle.
Man, these seats. I know, right? Thank you, Game Time. Easiest way to find only the best deals on the best seats. I wonder how the other guys are doing.
These seats are trash. What the heck, man? I spent hours finding a deal on these. Trash.
Oof. Finding seats for prices this good is tough.
They should have used Game Time. No more endless searching. Just great options at incredible prices with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
Get 2.9% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on the new 2025 Atlas.
66% of Americans get a tax refund every year, and this year, the average refund was $3,177. For this month only, Acorns is matching 100 people's tax refund up to this year's average tax return of $3,177. For a chance to win, head over to acorns.com/match, then sign up and start investing. You'd be surprised at what just $5 a day can do for your future.
How do you sleep at night?
Well, the Yankees put up 6 runs in the top of the 5th for Clark Schmidt. Now has a 5-run lead. Let's see what he can do with it. As he faces Dylan Moore here, Mariners' number 8 hitter. 2 key swings in that inning. Grisham started off the scoring with his 2nd home run of the night. Wells capped it off with a 3-run bomb. Moore hits it into right. Judge puts it away.
Well, that's one way, early outs. "70 pitches, strike 1. See if he gets 6 again.
Here's Ben Williamson, who's 0 for 1. Flew out to right field. All those home runs, they went out to center field. Just over the wall. Looked like Rodriguez had a beat on all of them. Ran out of room. He's had a twisting night in center field.
He might be in there getting some oxygen.
Yeah. Schmidt ahead 0-2 on Williamson. And he gets him to chase. There's strike 3. 2 quick outs for Clark Schmidt.
Well, 2 quick outs on 5 pitches. This is an 0-2 sweeper down and away. Well, Williamson had no clue on that one.
Schmidt's retired 11 of the last 12. The one he did in that stretch was the Polanco home run. Here's J.P. Crawford, leadoff hitter, 3rd time up. Schmidt ahead 0-2. Perhaps attacking with more confidence with a 5-run cushion.
Well, you can. I mean, 2 good pitches there. The 2-seamer away and then that backdoor cutter. I mean, you could throw another fastball here if you want.
0-2. Got him to go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Clark Schmidt retires the side in order for his second straight inning. On to the 6th we go.
Baseball is built on rituals. From the field to the fans, rituals are what make the game the game. And through every pitch, every play, Banana Boat has got you covered. Banana Boat, part of your game day ritual.
At BetMGM, everyone gets a welcome offer. So whether you're courtside trying to hit the over or up here trying to hit the under, or hitting that win with your crew. Oh, yeah, the defense. All way up here with a same-game parlay. Yeah! BetMGM's got your back. Get your welcome offer and play with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Oh, these seats. Really?
Get up to a $1,500 new customer offer and bonus bets when you sign up now. BetMGM. Download and bet today.
Let's spotlight some of the unsung heroes here at MLB.tv.
Check out the call center agents doing their best work with Zoom CX's AI-first solutions. It empowers agents to deliver better customer experiences.
Here's to our team and Zoom CX.
Thank you, Chris. We go around the majors. The Twins with an 8-game winning streak, their longest in the American League. How about the Cardinals? The first team to a 9-game win streak in the majors, and one of the top prospects in all of baseball, Jordan Lawler, called up by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Did you have the Cardinals becoming the first team this season to a 9-game winning streak?
No, but I thought that they had a chance to win the division. They're still a very good club. Cubs got off to a hot start. You know, the Brewers won in the division last year, but I still thought the Cardinals had a chance. They still have a really good team.
This is Casey Legumina on the mound for the Mariners. Emerson Hancock done after the Yankees bulldozed him in the 5th inning, starting with the man at the plate, Trent Grisham. A 2-homer night so far.
Legumina fastball 94-95. He'll throw a sweeper and a changeup.
One, two. Fourth multi-homer game of Grisham's career. Sends it foul.
Julio's going to start playing it back at the wall, cut down some running time.
Got him to go. Grisham down on strikes. So the Yankees get Hancock for 7 earned runs over those 5 innings. Here's Judge, 2 hits tonight. Had a base hit last inning, a double back in the 3rd. Judge always hits well here in Seattle. And that tape measure shot that went well into the upper deck in left field years ago. It's that most memorable home run in this building for Judge. But he has 10 homers in this stadium. and that's the most for Judge outside an American League East park.
He doesn't seem to get affected by the batter's eye, and he sees the ball quite well here in Seattle. Over 300, 2 hits again tonight.
Two.
You see a lot of pitchers just want no part of Aaron Judge.
Legamita tried to stay outside. He missed. And it's ball 4.
Fastball away. Just off the plate.
Here's Ben Rice. Rice hit a double in that 6-run 5th inning. Yankees have a 7-2 lead. They're going for their 5th win in the last 6 games. A bouncer to second. Moore to Crawford. Double play. 4-6-3 double play, and it retires the side. Yankees still up 5 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
You're typically the chatterbox of the crew, Gemini, but lately you're drawn to listening instead of gabbing with your fellow teammates. This quieter period will give you more space to focus on the game instead of getting distracted when you're out on the field. Your fans will get a chance to see that you're skilled at both chatting them up and knocking it out of the park.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Because what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Hey, Daddy! Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help. Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest lasting AA battery.
As a new mom of 2.
Well, the 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi in the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local tri-state Audi dealer today.
Well, good knuckle curve. There's a good fastball, that 2-seamer. I'm telling you, you throw that more often. It's a good pitch. There's that knuckle curve to strike out Crawford in the 5th. 8 pitches in the 5th inning. 2 strikeouts in that inning as well.
Schmidt working the 6th inning here. Aside from 2 solo shots allowed and an extended pitch count in certain spots, he's done really well. Gave up that solo homer to Polanco in the 3rd. He's retired 8 in a row since. Bouncer, high hop. Cabrera handles it. 1 away. So here's the other source of Mariner offense tonight. Julio Rodriguez hit that solo homer in the 1st. Big swing and a miss as Schmidt gets ahead. A little dribbler. Schmidt takes care of it. Quickly 2 away.
That was a real good pitch right there. A sinker inside. He's got really good movement on that pitch there. You see that 5th inning, 8 pitches. Cut those 22 pitch innings out. We'll start getting deeper and deeper into the ball game. About 12 to 15 per.
Only one other time in Schmidt's career has he tossed back-to-back 6-inning starts. That was on May 10th and 16th last year. He's not away from doing it again. Two 2-0 to Raleigh. See Edward Bizzardo warming up for the Mariners. Raleigh 0 for 2 against Schmidt tonight. Three and one.
This is where you go after him just with a fastball. Good 2-seam fastball away. He's going to be aggressive on it.
Schmidt to the plate. And he got him to pop it up. Coming in is Grisham. And he puts it away. 3 up, 3 down for Clark Schmidt. And he's tossed 6 innings in back-to-back starts. Nelly, brought to you by Prevagen. It's named that Yankee. Prevagen, made for your brain. Well, you weren't a teammate of this player.
No, I played against him, but was not a teammate.
Any guess? Well, keep it to yourself, but...
Not sure.
Okay. They just missed something great.
Do you know?
I need some time here. I mean, there's a chance that you were traded for this player. No?
Ooh, maybe so.
I'm just throwing that out. I don't really know.
I mean, if that's the case, I know who it is.
Take another look. This is a 6.
If that was the case, then you'd know. If you're throwing that possibility out.
I really don't, because if you ask me to give the specific details of that trade, I know the key players in it. I'm not sure off the top of my head the full trade. Goldschmidt with another base hit. 2 for 4 tonight, and he leads off here against Eduard Bazardo with a single.
Well, another breaking ball. Look how he just stays back. He sees it. That's off the end of the bat, but still, he sees it so well, just punches it right back up the middle. Nice level swing.
Here's Cody Bellinger.
I mean, it looked like he played a decent amount of time, only 500 hits.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Look, if you get to the big leagues, it's a success. If you stay for more than what? I mean,
well, you got to figure, since baseball started, there's only a little over 23,000 players that saw 1 day in the big leagues. It's 1 day.
Bazardo, the third pitcher the Mariners have used here tonight. Yanks up 7-2. They scored 6 runs in the 5th. Man, I'm still thinking about name that Yankee.
Well, you might be right.
This is low. I could be on the right street, but I don't know what house to go to.
Well, you don't know the name, though.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have one name. I have no idea if it's right or not. Bouncer foul.
You were on the right street. You were on the right street.
I gave my name to our producer, Troy Benjamin, and I didn't get it.
Since it's Yogi's birthday, you take that fork in, fork in the road, you take it.
Two and two. Bellinger shoots it down the right field line, but foul. Cody's reached base twice tonight. And he takes a look at strike 3. 1 away.
Now Bellinger looking off speed, and he gets a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Could not pull the trigger.
Here's Volpe. 2 walks for him tonight. Yankees have 7 runs on 9 hits. No errors. The only 2 hits for the Mariners were their 2 solo home runs. And a tapper the other way through the hole into right field. It's a base hit. Goldschmidt will streak for third. He'll get there no problem. Base hit for Volpe, his first of the night, the 10th in the game for the Yankees, and they have runners at the corners.
Well, watch where this pitch is. He just tomahawks it. This is up around his chin. And he goes the other way. A nice job. Watch where this pitch is. It's up around his chin. He gets on top, little base hit the other way. Nice job by Goldschmidt going first to third. This might be a situation you might try to attempt to get into scoring position if you're Volpe.
Wells at the plate. Big 3-run homer for him in the 5th.
Zardo, a lot of sliders. Almost 50% of the time he's throwing that pitch. He might be able to get a good jump over there, especially with Wells, a left-handed hitter.
Quickly ahead 0-2. Volpe's over at first. Goldschmidt 90 feet away at third. Volpe goes, and the pitch is popped up, and it'll reach the seats.
Well, Volpe had a good jump over there first, but Wells has to protect. That pitch is right down the middle.
Bizzardo still ahead 0-2. He reaches for it, hits it into left. Now Rosarena will make the catch. Goldschmidt's going to test the arm. He'll get there, no problem. Sacrifice fly for Austin Wells as Goldschmidt scores, and the Yankees are ahead 8-2.
A nice job, four-seamer upstairs. Shortens up the swing, goes the other way. Rosarena does not have a great arm in left.
Fourth RBI of the night for Austin Wells. Here's Cabrera. 20 pitches for Bizzardo here. And he pops it up. Might be a tough play. Williamson makes the catch. Well, the Yankees get another run on 2 hits. They strand a runner. Time to get up and stretch in Seattle.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Cause what would we even do? Add a bunch of...
In a world of rising prices.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Cause what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Get 2.9% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on the new 2025 Atlas.
The key to a perfect family vacation? Separate rooms.
Put the low right on me.
Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
You know this is a fastball. Google Cloud AI knows that when the home pitcher throws a 98-mile-per-hour heater with a 13...
Thank you, guys. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Sunset over the Sound.
The Olympic
Pacific
Mountains.
Northwest.
The Olympics.
Can't beat that view. Schmidt pitching here in the 7th, facing Randy Arozarena.
Yeah, 87 pitches, 90 has been his high this year.
Aside from a 22-pitch second inning, Clark Schmidt has been really good here for the Yankees. $11 straight retired. That includes Arozarena, who flew out to right field his last time up. That's foul.
Now, if you take Yarborough's start where he went 5, which is a huge effort getting his first Yankee win, you look at these last 5 games, the Yankee starters have gotten deep in the ball game.
Just missed outside. Ryan Yarbrough allowing 2 runs over 5 innings in yesterday's game. If you go back to last Sunday, 1-2's outside. Every Yankee starter has tossed at least 6 innings aside from that Yarbrough start, but again, that's a reliever putting in starters work.
Huge
so the pitch
effort.
count limited.
It protects the bullpen. It helps out the bullpen in so many ways.
2-2's ripped down the right field line. It's going to be a fair ball. It'll hit the corners. And Randy Arozarena has himself a leadoff double.
Well, 2-seam fastball has a lot of movement. It started about 2-3 inches off the outside part of the plate. Just stays fair, rattles around that right field corner.
Well, Arozarena extends his on-base streak to 34 games with a walk in the 2nd, but he gets a hit here in the 7th. And it looks like the night will be over for Schmidt. Aaron Boone hasn't made the sign yet. There it is. Solid work done by Clark Schmidt here in the series opener in Seattle. To the bullpen we go.
Man, these seats.
I know, right? Thank you, Game Time.
Easiest way to find only the best deals on the best seats. I wonder how the other guys are doing.
These seats are trash. What the heck, man? I spent hours finding a deal on these. Trash.
Oof. Finding seats for prices this good is tough.
They should have used Game Time. No more endless searching. Just great options at incredible prices with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
This year, the average tax refund was $3,177. If you invested that $3,177 for 40 years at a hypothetical 8% annual return, that initial deposit could turn into almost $80,000. For this month only, Acorns is matching 100 people's tax refund up to this year's average tax return of $3,177. For a chance to win, head over to acorns.com/match, then sign up and start investing.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam here at T-Mobile Park. Dave Sims, Yankees radio voice, back in Seattle. He spent 18 years here with the Mariners in the Pacific Northwest. Was honored right at the end of the first inning. A beloved voice here in this region. There you see it. Takes an army to put on a top-notch radio broadcast. Dave and Susan Wallman, you have Emmanuel.
Look how serious everybody is over there.
Mark Leiter Jr. coming on for his first appearance after Clark Schmidt gave up a double to Randy Arozarena in the 7th. You can be serious because no one can see your stern looks. They're on the radio.
Well, look
It's
at
okay.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
I don't think he cracked a smile. His face might break.
Tellez walk popped up in the 4th. Arozarena wasn't going. So Schmidt faced 23 batters here, Jeff. He threw 18 first pitch strikes. And there was probably a point there around the 2nd or 3rd innings when he was getting into those 2-strike counts, not putting hitters away. You thought, well, this is just going to extend his pitch count, and he's probably in for an early night. And here he pitches into the 7th. A broken bat roller. Cabrera has time. Gets Tellez. So Arozarena goes to 3rd.
Well, the 5-run lead definitely helped when the Yankees scored 6 in the top of the 5th. That eases the nerves a little bit out on that mound. Allowed Schmidt to get ahead and pound the strike zone a little bit more, and then you score one more in that 7th inning. He could take the same mentality when the game is close. You know, the sky's the limit with him. He's got good stuff. I'd still like to see him use the 2-seamer a little bit more. Maybe mix in a changeup. He doesn't throw the change, especially to lefties. Talking to Max Fried there. Maybe he's saying the same thing. Hey, that 2-seamer really plays well.
Tavares hits it foul. We'll see Max Fried tomorrow on the mound. .6-0, 1.05 ERA.
I'd be next to him as well, talking to him. Say, hey, give me some pointers.
He's been a terrific addition to this Yankees pitching staff. Obviously something they needed in the wake of Garrett Cole going down with Tommy John surgery. Leiter's 1-2. Got him. There's that signature splitter. 2 away. Well, this year marks Yogi Berra's 100th birthday, and the Yankees have a special giveaway to help commemorate him. Friday, June 6th, the first 18,000 guests will receive a special Yogi Berra U.S. Navy bobblehead that recognizes his military service, courtesy of State Farm. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com. Dylan Moore 0 for 2. Mariners have a runner at 3rd with 2 outs. Yankees have a 8-2 lead. Dylan Moore is the longest tenured Mariner. It's hard to believe. Been a utility player for this club. This one he pops up weakly into right. Going to be a tough play. Judge can't make it. It'll drop in. And Arozarena will score from 3rd. RBI single for Dylan Moore. Let's see if Judge is okay. Looks to be all right.
When you have a 6-run lead and you have a right fielder, your superstar, still trying to make an effort after going after a jam shot. You watch where Judge is, and he still gives it a heck of an effort. You're up by 6. Just couldn't make it. You see that knee jammed into that turf. You replace your divots.
Here's Williamson. Flew out, struck out. And that'll close the book on Clark Schmidt, with the Rosarena scoring. That's a cute foul. 3 runs on 3 hits in 6 innings. A ball and 2 strikes. And a grounder to short. Volpe with the short way. Mariners get a run. They did it on 2 hits. They leave a runner. On to the 8th. 8-3 Yankees.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Because what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Baseball is built on rituals. Some cherished classics, some new traditions. From the field to the fans. Rituals are what make the game, the game. And through every pitch, every inning, every moment, Banana Boat has got you covered. Banana Boat Sunscreen. Part of your game day ritual.
This year, the average tax refund was $3,177. If you invested that $3,177 for 40 years at a hypothetical 8% annual return, that initial deposit could turn into almost $80,000. For this month only, Acorns is matching 100 people's tax refund up to this year's average tax return of $3,177. For a chance to win, head over to acorns.com/match, then sign up and start investing.
I'm Martha Stewart, and this is one of my new kittens. Of course, I want to give them the happiest, healthiest life possible, which is why I choose Pretty Litter. We love this litter because it's tough on odor and helps keep tabs on their health by changing color to show high.
On Wednesday, host Gracie Cashman sits down with Anthony Volpe for an entertaining look at the numbers that have defined his career. Watch the season premiere of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery, this Wednesday following Yankee coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Oswald Peraza starts the 8th inning for the Yankees. They're ahead 8-3. Going for their 5th win in the last 6 games. Edwin Bizarro back on the mound. Here's Tim Hill, the lefty, warming up. The top of Seattle's lineup due up in the bottom of the 8th. Peraza's 0 for 3. First 7 Yankee hitters have recorded at least 1 hit apiece. Sent in the air down the left field line. Peraza joins the party. That's headed to the wall. Oswald Peraza strolls into second base with a leadoff double. Let's take a look at Aaron Judge once again, where he dove for this ball.
Yeah, there you see the turf pop up. He hits that maybe left knee, right knee, stretching it out a little bit. Heck of an effort. A jam shot off the bat of Dylan Moore. Got to appreciate that when you're up by 6 runs.
Well, he's on deck. Up at the plate, Trent Grisham. 2 home runs for him tonight. His average up to 284. Roped right to first. Tellez makes the catch. And Peraza back at second. Another hard contact off the bat of Trent Grisham, but it's an out. So here's Judge. Another multi-hit game for him.
Average up 414.
Fifth plate appearance this evening. You can see the work put in on defense. Yankees trying to add more and make the final 2 innings, the final 6 outs they need to get, pain-free. 2-1. Pretty good crowd on hand for the series opener on a Monday here. Still a little less than 30,000 were expected. 3-2.
Well, they get a big following. A lot of Yankee fans roaming the streets of Seattle today. I walked a little bit. Saw a bunch of Yankee shirts and uniform tops. The Blue Jays were in town. They always get a good following with Blue Jay fans coming down from Canada.
Judge works his second walk, 4th time he's reached base tonight. The upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. We'll have 2 more here at T-Mobile Park to conclude the West Coast trip. Then it's the Subway Series beginning on Friday, another off day on Monday. This time coming up, or I should say tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, it'll be a 3-game set with the Rangers. That'll be fun. Brett Boone, new hitting coach for the Rangers, and Aaron going head-to-head.
So I've played with 3 of the Boones. Dad, Aaron, and Brett.
I know you played in Seattle with Brett. You played with the Yankees with Aaron. Where'd you play?
My first or second big league camp, Bob Boone, Aaron and Brett's dad, he came to camp with the Mariners and I threw to him in spring training. Aaron and I played together in 03 here, and then Brett and I played a lot of years together in Seattle in the minor leagues and also the big leagues.
Part of that big 2001 team.
Right.
That was here.
Really good second baseman.
0-2 to Rice. This is low. Meredith, you spoke with Aaron about going up against his brother?
He is very much looking forward to it. He said he circled it and didn't even know that that was going to be a date in his calendar that he was going to circle. But he was asked if he was surprised that Brett Boone got hired, and he said he didn't even know he was necessarily up for the job. The whole thing happened within a span of about 10 hours after a chance meeting, and he called everyone in his family and let them know that he was taking the job. And Aaron was a little shocked because he didn't know that he was potentially considering it. But aside from that, Aaron Boone was asked if he asked for any advice, any tidbits. He said, well, yeah, he called me today and asked for a favor in Seattle for some friends. But aside from that, I'm sure there will be some phone calls back and forth.
I said the same thing. I went up to Aaron. You call them both Booney. I went up to Aaron right before the trip.
Oh, Goldschmidt twists it foul.
And I said, hey, what's the deal with Brett? I mean, I never knew he wanted to be a coach because he had that podcast. He was doing a bunch of other different things, and he goes, heck, I didn't know either. You know, Bruce Bochy just out of the blue called him and said, hey, you want to be my hitting coach? And sure enough, he went.
Yeah, he said Brett ran into Michael Young, who does some work with the Rangers. Right. Oh, really popular player with the Texas organization. And then that night, Bruce Bochy reached out to him.
Right. Yeah, I was shocked.
Judge is at first, Peraza is at second.
I was like, how's your brother going to handle the analytical part of this game? Well, he'll get used to it.
Peraza goes back. The big question, though, is what happens to the podcast? Brett had great guests on his show.
He did. That's going to be put on the shelf for a little bit.
Cool part is they're just long baseball conversations. These episodes go on for like 2 hours.
I went on a couple times, yeah.
He has more than just baseball guests. Goldschmidt strikes out. Yankees strand a pair. 3 generations of Boones. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs, the Pathfinder and Rogue. From our U.S. factories to your driveway since 1983. Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Man, these seats.
I know, right? Thank you, Game Time.
Easiest way to find only the best deals on the best seats. I wonder how the other guys are doing.
These seats are trash. What the heck, man? I spent hours finding a deal on these. Trash.
Oof. Finding seats for prices this good is tough.
They should have used Game Time. No more endless searching. Just great options at incredible prices with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
This year, the average tax refund was $3,177. If you invested that $3,177 for 40 years at a hypothetical 8% annual return, that initial deposit could turn into almost $80,000. For this month only, Acorns is matching 100 people's tax refund up to this year's average tax return of $3,177. For a chance to win, head over to acorns.com/match, then sign up and start investing.
Are you coming home?
I'll be home in the morning.
I'm gonna go too.
At Delta, we get where you're coming from. After all, we're travelers, just like you.
Let's take a look at the bullpen budget. It is brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. And you see the work that was put in by De Los Santos and Matzik yesterday in Sacramento, but overall pretty well rested. Tim Hill last pitched on Saturday. Big thing I take away from that, Nelly, Luke Weaver, Devin Williams, you haven't seen them since Wednesday.
Right, 4 days off. You know, sometimes that helps a reliever get a few days off. Other times, especially if you're a sinker baller, you don't want that many days off, because then all of a sudden your ball starts flattening out a little bit. That you don't get that sink. Get too strong out there.
Crawford hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Mariners had a 2-1 lead thanks to solo shots by J-Rod and Jorge Polanco, who will not be hitting here. This is Polanco's spot. It'll be Mitch Garver pinch hitting. Yankees got on the board thanks to Trent Grisham's solo home run in the 3rd. Then he hit another in the 5th, and that just began an onslaught against Mariners starter Emerson Hancock. Yankees scored 6 runs on 6 hits in the 5th inning.
Well, Polanco's a switch hitter, but he doesn't, or hasn't hit from the right side this year. He's been rehabbing some knee injuries that just kept him hitting on the left side. One of the reasons why Garver's pinch hitting.
Garver, the Mariners' backup catcher, 34 years of age. He doesn't play much due to Cal Raleigh's availability. It's in the last year of a 2-year deal he signed with Seattle, worth $24 million. Paying him a lot of money as a spare player. Just outside. Hill loses Mitch Garver. Let's take a look at the optimum don't take slow for an answer replay.
Well, in the 1st inning, put the Mariners up 1-0. This was a hanging slider. For 7 on the year for Julio. The 4th in 14 games.
So Rodriguez will hit 1 for 3 with that home run. And a tapper right back to the mound. Hill will have 1 play. Up to second goes Garver, 2 out. We'll see Cal Raleigh hit from the right side now. And an interesting thing about Raleigh here, when he's batting left-handed, he uses the torpedo bat, but when he's hitting righty, it's the conventional bat that we've known for about over a century.
Yeah, I don't know. It almost looks like he has a torpedo bat right now.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see.
I think it's that bowling pin.
At one point, he did vary his bats, though, based on which side he was swinging from.
Well, when you watch him swing from the right side, it looks like he opens up a little bit more. And then you're talking the sweet spot should be probably a little bit further. See how he opens up that front foot? So that means the sweet spot should be further down the end of the bat, like a normal baseball bat. From the left side, he probably dives in a little bit more. That's where his power is. So, you know, you put the sweet spot a little bit further or closer to the label.
Raleigh gets a charge into this one, sending back Grisham. He looks up. It is gone. Cal Raleigh with a 2-run homer. Number 13 for him. And the Mariners creep a little bit closer here. It is now an 8-5 ball game.
Now you got a fastball upstairs, and a lot of Hill's fastballs, those 2-seamers are down below. That was a 4-seamer up top. That's the 4th home run to dead central. And that'll be it for Tim Hill.
Shout out to one of the heroes behind the scenes at MLB, Zoom Phone.
Zoom's AI-first business phone system helps in so many ways. It simplifies management and lets our teams communicate from anywhere.
See how Zoom Phone is the right call for your business.
What if you could not only feel better, but feel better than ever? Hone Health helps men like you boost energy, strength, libido, and weight loss. You'll work with a dedicated physician to create a personalized, proactive plan. Treatment is delivered to your home, helping you relieve symptoms quickly while confidently reaching your long-term health goals. Enter into a new era of you, beginning with your comprehensive at-home test from honehealth.com.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. Well, it's now a 3-run game here on the bottom of the 8th, and with 2 outs, Aaron Boone is going to Devin Williams, and we last saw him roaring off the mound at Yankee Stadium on Wednesday in a big spot against the Padres.
That was a big spot. He got himself in his own jam and got out of it. A big strikeout to Bogarts.
Cal Raleigh's 2-run shot brings the Mariners a bit closer. Here's Randy Arozarena.
It was only Raleigh's 4th home run from the right side. 9 of them from the left side.
So Williams will try and get the final out here in the 8th. Arozarena looking foolish there.
Yeah, that good Bugs Bunny changeup. You can see how he turns that over. And it just comes right off the fingertips.
No balls, 2 strikes. Line, base hit. Arozarena with his 2nd hit.
Well, that time was an elevated changeup. Stayed up, didn't have that sink. It was an 0-2 pitch up in the zone.
Arozarena on at first. Here's Rowdy Tellez. 0 for 2 and a walk tonight. And he pops him up. Grisham puts it away. Williams gets the out. He strands a runner, but the Mariners creep closer. Now an 8-5 ball game. right, Jeff Nelson, let's name that Yankee.
You were right down the avenue, the right street. You just hit the wrong house. Russ Davis, I would say.
Oh.
Now do you remember?
Yes.
Once you said, hey, you might have been traded. Yep, you're absolutely right.
I gave you the alley-oop.
Yes, you did. And I finished it off.
That's right. Look at Russ.
I thought he had a lot more than 500 hits, though.
Here's the old Kingdom. Taking a look at the resume for Russ Davis, who along with Sterling Hitchcock was traded to the Mariners for Tino Martinez, one Jeff Nelson, along with Jim Messier, also part of that 96 team.
Look, they put me at the end like I was a throw-in. What was that? No respect.
Did they go in an alphabetical order there? That's what I'll go with.
Okay, let's go with that.
Here's Troy Taylor. 3-run ball game in the top of the 9th. Tell you what, he had 500-something hits. He had 3 straight seasons of 20-plus homers.
Yeah.
He did a lot of damage in those.
He did.
500-plus hits. 1-2 to Bellinger. Sliced into right. It's a base hit for Bellinger. Second hit of the night for the Yankees left fielder. Here's Anthony Volpe.
Well, Taylor has a good fastball. 95, 96. That was that slider that Bellinger hit.
All right, so you have a 3-run lead here. If you get more, that's obviously terrific, but you have Luke Weaver warming up in the bullpen, and you're not going to get fancy here. He faces the bottom 3rd in the bottom of the 9th, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a safe situation. If he's your closer, it's a safe situation. The only way that changes is if the Yankees score maybe another run or two, and then you let Devin Williams go out and see if he can finish it off.
Williams only faced 2 batters in the bottom of the 8th. And Volpe strikes it hard, strikes it deep. Rodriguez looks up. It is gone. Anthony Volpe with a crusher here in the 9th. He extends the Yankee lead.
Now you might see Weaver sit down.
10-5 Yankees. The offense continuing to put up fat and crooked numbers here on this West Coast trip.
Now the Yankees hit 8 home runs in Sacramento. How about another 4 here in the first game in Seattle?
Now let's go Yankee chant getting pretty loud here in the 9th inning. Wells strikes it high, strikes it deep. At the wall, Tavares makes the catch. Now let's get back to Volpe in that swing.
That's just a fastball right down the middle of the plate. 96 miles an hour. Number 6 on the year, goes 411 feet.
4th home run of the night for the Yankees. And 10 or more runs in 4 of their last 6.
Look at the last 4 games. They've scored 39 runs.
Another look.
That's about the 6th home run that's gone out to either center field or a little bit left of it.
Captain liking what he sees. Cabrera stays alive. Only Yankee without a hit so far tonight.
Well, maybe with Weaver not throwing in 4 days, they might give him an inning.
There's the hit for Cabrera. He joins in on the fun. Every Yankee in the starting lineup with a base hit here in the series opener.
Because when Williams came in, he was only getting a third of an out, so it wasn't a save situation. Actually, maybe it was. Up 3? Yeah.
Well, Weaver's still standing on the mound in the bullpen. Peraza doubled his last time up. And that hit Peraza. So Cabrera goes to second.
Yeah, definitely a save situation for Williams. Sometimes you'll let him go out there and get that 4-out save. You can hear it just hit off of that elbow guard.
Troy Taylor trying to settle down with this game, perhaps slipping away a bit from Seattle here. They made it interesting with a 2-run homer from Cal Raleigh in the bottom of the 8th. Volpe answered right back with a 2-run shot of his own here in the 9th. Here's Grisham.
Taylor, even though he has a good fastball, he really, to me, has no idea where it's going. He's just slinging it up there.
Grisham the other way, base hit. Getting the stop sign at third's Cabrera. They're going to have him loaded for Aaron Judge. 3rd hit of the night for Trent Grisham.
Well, everything up in the zone. It's hard, but the Yankees will take advantage of it. It was off the end of the bat, but nice at bat right there by Grisham going the other way.
Grisham at first. Cabrera at third. Peraza at second. Nowhere to put this guy with 1 out. Judge with a single, a double, and a pair of walks here tonight. Stays away. Cabrera singled. Peraza was hit by a pitch. Grisham singled the other way for his 3rd hit. Judge smacks it into right, and it hangs up for Tavares. Is it going to be deep enough for Cabrera? Let's see. He takes off, and the throw won't be in time. Cabrera able to run past and slip his hand past Raleigh, but he might be in some pain here. He scores to make it 11-5. And a scary scene here. Tim Lentich immediately asks for the Mariners training staff as well. is a somber scene here at home plate. They're getting the card out from right center field. Cabrera scored and immediately could not move from home plate. Both dugouts very concerned. As Cabrera seemingly injured his left leg here. Ugh.
This is just awful.
Oswaldo immediately knew it. Yankees training staff led by Tim Lentich, they knew it immediately. And they're going to have an ambulance now come in. The cart went back inside and the ambulance comes out to the warning track. Jeez.
This is such a close-knit group. They're pulling for their teammate. Nah, this is just awful.
You see all the concerned looks, not just from the Yankee dugout, the Mariner dugout. Most of the fans here standing. And they're taking out the stretcher. Cabrera hasn't moved an inch. They're not turning him over or anything.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him as still as possible.
And when you spend as much time as these players and staff they do with one another, this is really tough to take in. This is one of their brothers.
Right.
Right there at home plate. Judge closely looking in. Right next to him, Aaron Boone. And then the Mariner and Yankee training staffs. And they're trying to figure out a way to effectively get Cabrera on that gurney. more Yankees are joining the home plate area. This is a guy who was called up a few years ago, ignited the team with a spark in his play. You put him anywhere. He didn't look like he was lost on defense. Came to spring training, able to win the third base job. Was playing effectively.
I got to know him very well. A great kid, works his butt off. And to see something like this, yeah, it's awful. Thoughts and prayers go with Cabrera right now.
Such a tough scene for a young player who, look, he does nothing but smile. He's always happy, always in a great mood, always spreads that cheer. Always has the positive attitude toward the game. And not just the game, on life. Ugh. It's a left leg injury, and look, we're not showing the replay because it's too gruesome, and we send our best wishes to a terrific young person right there, Oswaldo Cabrera. Heavy scene at T-Mobile Park. Well, the Yankees will play through the top of the ninth here. They'll try and get the last 3 outs, but can't blame them if their minds are elsewhere.
No, this takes a back seat now, this game, as well as the Yankees have played. One of the brothers just got injured. Is being taken off the field.
Our best wishes to Oswaldo Cabrera. He does score. At the end of all that, he was able to tag from third, score the 11th run for his team. We're going to have Troy Taylor throw some warm-up pitches here, but this ballpark is extremely quiet.
Yeah, you can almost hear a pin drop after that play.
They just showed a replay on the big board, and there was a collective gasp from the crowd. The ambulance exits the field, and we're going to go on with this game, but our hearts, our thoughts, our prayers, our best wishes to Oswaldo Cabrera. Ben Rice is going to hit here. 2 outs. And runners at the corners for the Yankees. They're ahead 11-5. Trying to tack on some more runs. Runner at third's Peraza. Grisham's at first. You're not going to find a more engaging personality in the clubhouse. And this isn't hyperbole because of what just happened, right? I mean, Oswaldo's the real deal.
He is, and like I mentioned, I've gotten to know him quite well over the last couple of years. He's such a wonderful kid, and like you mentioned, a smile on his face all the time. Always happy.
Chopper. Good play by Tellez. Sides retired. Yankees do get 3 runs. They do lose Oswaldo Cabrera, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Chris Sheard and Jack Curry will have the highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, Ian Hamilton will come in, and he'll try and get the final 3 outs of this game. Now, a 5-run ball game for the Yankees. I beg your pardon, a 6-run ball game for the Yankees. They're ahead 11-5. Oswald Peraza is now at third base. Jorge Bibas is the second baseman following Cabrera's exit.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Williams didn't stay in the game. Maybe the thought process is that they could use him tomorrow instead of getting a 4-out save.
They had Weaver going, obviously, and then Anthony Volpe hit a 2-run homer. Judge hit a sac fly. This is Tavares, bottom third of the Mariner lineup. And Hamilton had a tough time in Saturday's loss in Sacramento. Gave up 3 runs, walked a pair in 2/3 of an inning.
This will be a good outing for him, a little soft landing to get his confidence back.
Had a tough time throwing strikes on that outing in Sacramento. 2-2. Center field. Grisham moving back. Will make the catch on the run. So 1 away. And the Mariners will send Miles Mastrobuoni to the plate. Pinch hitter. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Mastrobuoni, lefty bat. Traded to Seattle in January from the Cubs. Hamilton ahead 0-2. 11-5 Yankees here in the 9th. See these infielders just trying to collect 2 more outs after what transpired.
Yeah, it's really, I can't imagine going out there and playing after the guy everybody loves gets carted off in an ambulance.
Hamilton strikes out Mastrobuoni, and the Mariners down to their final out. Another pinch hitter coming up for Seattle, and Leo Rivas, switch hitter. Hamilton getting ahead. Rivas hitting for Ben Williamson in the 9th spot. Yankees and Mariners. Middle game of the 3-game series coming up tomorrow. Coverage begins at 8:30. And Max Fried on the mound for the Yankees against righty Brian Wu, an impressive young right-hander for the Mariners. Two balls, 2 strikes. Seattle down to its final strike. Another night where the Yankee offense explodes for double-digit run totals. 11 runs on 15 hits. They get more effective pitching, a quality start from Clark Schmidt. 2-2. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton misses low. Count full. With a win here, the Yankees would move up to 7 games above 500. 3-2. It is in there, called strike 3. That's the ball game, and the Yankees win the opener 11-5 here in Seattle.
Yeah, really tough to get excited, even though the Yankees offense did an outstanding job again. 12 home runs in the last 4 games, 4 home runs today. A nice job by Clark Schmidt out on the mound, but everybody's thoughts and prayers go with Oswaldo Cabrera after getting injured in that 9th inning.
It'll stay that way for sure. 11-5. Yankees victorious. They've now won 5 of their last 6. We'll be back to wrap it up here in Seattle.
As long as probably forever there's only been one Frosty. Cause what would we even do? Add a bunch of new swirls and mix